right. I thank God for last night's rest, this morning rise. Thank God for his grace and his mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve. And mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. How the brothers doing?
Good, bro.
All right. My name is Darren McKnight. My partner Robert Hayes is here in spirit, but he's not here in the physical. Together we call the minds of men. Want to thank, good to see brother Big Jim is back. Congratulations, Jim, on his 5 years of sobriety. Truly a blessing. This afternoon, I'm Jim. Probably run till maybe 2:30, 1 hour.
That's good.
2/4 of. All right.
It's 2 hours, but
Okay, all right. We glide until 2:45. All right, that's cool. So this afternoon, I want to talk about what? 12 hours of recovery. I got 8 here, but we'll add on as we get there, okay? 12 hours of recovery. If anybody looked at the Recovery Bible, anybody seen the Recovery Bible before? Keep it spiritual. They got the 12 laws either in the front or the back, depending on the size of the book that you got, right? And then we're going to run through them, okay? And this all applies to how we live our lives as men, all right? Before and after. You see this right here. God gave me this idea right here. The cloud of trauma. The cloud of trauma. PTSDs. Hurt. Pain. Death. Betrayal. Abandonment issues. All of this is trauma. And some of us don't like to look at trauma, so we run from trauma. When we run from trauma, we run from who? Ourselves. Right. So I'm clean and crazy. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? So they know freedom ain't free. If I want to get free, it's a price to pay to get free. That means work needs to get done. That means I need to start talking about what's really going on with me. And this is painful for some of us, because I'm going to talk about me. I used to always stand on corners and talk external. Example, nice car, external. She got a fat ass, external. Yo, where you get that gun from? And how much you pay for that gun? External. What club we going to tonight? External. Where the weed at? External. Yo, you guys, let's go half on a deuce, whatever. External. Always talking out of me. But in treatment and facilities like this, we got to learn to talk what? Internal. On the streets, external. In treatment, internal. And some of us never did that. And it's hard to what? Talk about what's really eating us alive. So it's easy for us to talk fruits. And it's hard to talk what? Roots. Fruits is I get high. Roots is why I get high. Fruits is when she don't shut up, I beat her up. Roots is why I put my hands on a woman. Fruits is, yo, I'm depressed and I'm miserable and I'm a hater. That's the fruit of his tree. But why I'm depressed, why I'm miserable, why I'm a hater, it's the root of the tree. So if I want to get better, get free, escape, come out of the cloud of trauma, I must start talking roots and not the fruits. Here's another thing too about treatment. You gotta watch who you hang with. That's very important. Because if I'm negative, right? I don't need to be around nobody else who's negative also. Because every thought is a seed. Anybody hear that? If you're thinking about leaving, that's a seed of what? Failure. Leaving before your process is up, right? Cutting corners, that's a thought. I want to get high, that's a thought. But if he's negative, that's water on the thought of me getting high. It's getting stronger. If he's negative, that's sunlight on my thoughts of getting high. He's negative, that's water. He's negative, that's sunlight. He's negative, that's water. He's negative, that's sunlight. All on the thought of me what? Getting high. So I gotta watch who I hang with. Because if I'm trying to be positive and you're negative, you can feed that negative thought that's living inside my head. Because the war lives here. Right between that two ears. And listen, they said never come up here unattended. Meaning if you Muslim, the Quran should be up here with you. If you Christian, Seventh-day Adventist, whatever, Lutheran, Catholic, the Word of God should be up here with you. You Jewish, the Torah. You Buddhist, the Dharma Recovery Book. NAAA need to be here with me. Do not be up here in a psych ward unattended. Because I was the last one to tell me go get high. So right here it stinks. My mind stinks from what? From Wednesday to Wednesday, my mind stinks. So how do we deodorize, clean up a stink ass mind? So let's get into it, all right? This is call and response. I don't know everything. I don't want to know everything. I come to learn. I'm open-minded and I'm teachable. All right? Because I don't have all the answers. I'm in that drawer, but I ain't the sharpest knife, but I am in that drawer. So let's get into it. The cloud of trauma, the root, the tree of active addiction, or the tree of recovery. How you see it is how you perceive it. Number one, powerlessness will result in strength. Powerlessness will result in strength. Who don't understand that? Powerlessness will result in strength. You don't understand it? All right. I used to do coke. All right. I used to smoke a lot of coke. Coke didn't love me. Coke had me skinny as a what? Is this marker. Coke had me what? Shopping on the ground for what? Loose cigarettes. Coke had me breaking into my mother's house and taking the camcorder, the microwave, and the DVD player. Coke had me what? Not washing up for a week. I was a stranger to soap and water. So what I loved to do didn't love me. It caused me what? A lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of trauma, not only to me, but my family. So I'm powerless because I try to control it. That's when the powerless came in. I'm a weekend warrior. I'll get high Friday to Sunday, put it away, and be sober from Sunday to Thursday. That's a lie. I thought it wasn't, but it was a lie. One is too many, and 1,000 is never enough. So in the program, they tell us you got to be what? We're powerless over people, places, and things. Let's leave drugs alone. Let's deal with men. I had control this. You're trying to control people's recovery. Codependency. Codependency looks for what? Lazy people. Lazy people look for codependency people. Because codependency people try to save everybody. Lazy people want to be saved by anybody. So two individuals helping each other stay sick. So I had to realize that, listen, I'm powerless over people, places, and things. I'm from 26 and Huntington. Lions, tigers, and bears. We said the toilet don't work. Please, don't do a number 2 up there. What's that?
What's that?
All right. But guess what they did? They did a number 3. You hear what I'm saying? And I was powerless because we tell somebody to do something. Guess what? Because men going to do what they want to do. Rules and regulations. Some brothers buck against rules and regulations. They don't like policies and procedures. They don't like code or ethics. They want to do what they want to do. So I'm powerless over people. That's what I'm saying. The mayor say he ready to give up. Without him saying it, I'm powerless over that. All this killing that's going on. I don't like killing. I don't like to see people kill each other over foolishness, over nonsense, over blocks they don't own. But I'm powerless over people, places, and things. I try to control a woman by my voice, my volume, rough sex, and money. None of that stuff work. Powerless. She want to do what she wanted to do. If she like you, she will have you. So I had to realize what I wanted, I was powerless over. Powerless over what? And when I admit that I'm powerless, then I submit to what? The program. So I admit that I'm powerless over the disease of addiction. It's undefeated. It beats everybody's ass. So the best job for all of us is not to what? Get in the ring with it. We're powerless. It's powerful. It's potent. It knows our corners, our Achilles heels. Listen, it got mad combinations, all that. I don't give a damn how long we train. It's still going to win. So I'm powerless. So I admit that. Drugs, I'm done. I surrender. I wave the flag. Weed, done. K2, done. Drinking, done. Coke, done. Perks, Xannies, subs, Klonopins, done. All of that madness is done. Because 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. And when you wake up that monkey, it becomes a gorilla. And then we're really in trouble. So I'm powerless over the disease of addiction. So I submit to the program. And when I submit, that means that all my desires, all my wants, I got to what? Surrender all of that to what? The program. And let people help me. People love me. People guide me. People empower me. People edify me. I got to submit to the program and get a sponsor. Right? And allow the sponsor to what? Allow him to help me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to admit that I'm powerless and submit to what the program. Then I got to be what? Committed to the program. What that mean right there? How old are you?
22.
Young man. Young man. God bless you. I wish I was in the program at 23. How much time y'all clean?
9 months.
Give it to him. 9 months. God bless. How you doing, sis?
Hello.
Hey, and committed. Meaning until I got to practice recovery until I die. Everybody hear that? No breaks.
How often? I see that when you done.
Okay.
No breaks. And then some of us, it's hard to put our minds around that. We can never get high again. It's done. And if we don't accept that, we'll get high again. What you mean I can't go to the Sixers game high no more? Nope. The Flyers games? Nope. The Phillies? Nope. It's done. And if I don't accept that, I'll go back to using. I admit I'm powerless. I submit to the program, and I'm committed to this program to recovery until I die. Powerlessness will result in what? Strength. I got 14 years clean, but all I got is what? Today. Today. How about number 2? Humility will result in what? Honor. Humility means what? Everything don't need a response. That's one part of what? Humility. Somebody here talking slick out the side of their neck. Trash his ass or give him a pass. Yes, give him a pass. Alpha males. You shot people, I shot people. You been in jail, I've been in jail. You been stabbed, I've been stabbed. You tough, I'm tough. You gotta get the last word, I gotta get the last word. You sold drugs, I sold drugs. You beat ass, I beat ass. You don't listen, I won't listen. Alpha male. Nobody wins. So you know what I learned? Stop trying to compete with another dude. Let him know how bad you are. You know who the baddest dude is? The dude who stay clean. The man who take care of his children. The man who bring that check home. That's the strong man. The weak man do just the opposite. Men protect. Men provide. Men produce. Men sacrifice. And boys do just the opposite. So with the word of God and the spiritual books is helping me try to be what? A man. Everything don't need a what? A response. Let them talk that jive. You say what? Focus. How about number 2 under humility? Asking for what? Help. Who got a problem asking for help? It's hard to ask for help. How come?
Because the way I was raised, you know what I mean? You don't ask for help, you get it done by any means necessary.
Anybody hear that? How we was raised. You do it by any means necessary without asking. So what's your philosophy today?
I ain't gonna say, I don't want to say it's a lie, because that's how my dad did it.
Okay.
Right? But at the same time, that was for that time.
Right.
So I gotta turn that around. You know what I mean? It's like what you call that? It's like I gotta trick myself or just turn it around. You know what I mean? It's the opposite.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on.
Okay.
Asking for help.
Very good. Asking for help. How much time you have playing?
21 days.
Hey, all right. God bless you. Hey, I got a pocket full of money. I got drug dreams. Help! I go home and I'm still angry. I'm still talking here, but I'm really here. And I put my girl in headlocks and choke her and slam her. Help! I can't read or write, but I can cuss your ass out. Help! Where I live at, they shooting dope in the basement, smoking coke upstairs, juggling perks and zannies on the front porch. They get drunk on my stoop. Help! I need housing. I don't want to go back home to death. I come from death. I want to live today. Help. Asking for help. Very important. You heard what he said. He was used to what? Doing it himself. Because it was what he was taught that way. Now we got to learn to do it a what? Another way. So it's okay to ask for help. Hey, asking for help means we're going to be vulnerable. Who don't like to be vulnerable?
Nobody.
Yeah. Is that a bad thing?
No.
Without a doubt. He said no. Who agree with that? I agree with him. To be vulnerable. Some men don't like to be vulnerable. Why not?
Try to take advantage.
Say it again.
People try to take advantage.
Is that always the case? Y'all already said?
No.
People try to take advantage of you. That's why some people don't open up, right? That's one reason. Trust issues. How much time you got clean? Hey, all right, 12 days. Come on, young man.
Some people look at it as a sign of the weakness.
Some people look at it as a sign of what? Weakness. Being what? Vulnerable, right? But everybody, nobody here is a robot. All of us are human beings. We bleed. We have weaknesses, and we got to stop trying to hide the weakness and act like everything's okay 24/7 and get vulnerable and keep asking for what? Help. And that's what men do. Everybody hear that? Now, the strongest man, look, Tyson needed help. Bruce Lee needed help. Everybody know what I'm talking about? Marvin Gaye needed help. Every great individual, rock players, rock band star, everybody had what? Assistants. The IP man, he had a trainer. So who am I? I used to be like that. I still am a little bit, trying to get that pride out of me. Who saw Devil's Advocate? Vanity is my favorite sin. Vanity, pride, and ego all live on the same street. They all related. They all cousins. And they will all get me high again. Because pride says keep your mouth shut. Don't tell nobody how you really feel. Drug dreams, money in your pocket, you about to leave, mouth closed. That's a reservation. That's a relapse waiting to happen. Come on, Brother Jim.
Pride, acronym, primary reason I died early.
Yes, sir.
I can't put my pride to the side and ask for the help that I need. Ego, EGO, edging God out.
Yes, sir.
Anytime where God is not in it, I'm running on ego and self-will. And my self-will earned me the seats in the bed right here. So just gotta be mine.
That's right. That's right. Thank you for saying that. Everybody hear that? So to get humility will result in what? Honor. To receive honor, I got to get what? Humble. Meaning to be vulnerable. And guess what? Let them talk. Let them judge us. Let them marginalize us. So what? At least we're getting free. Everybody hear that? How about, let's go ahead. Number 3. Faith will result in what? Hope. Faith will result in hope. When you have faith, you got to believe. Everybody understand that? If you believe that you're going to leave out of here when your time is up and you're going to stay clean, your faith will be tested. All of us will be tested and tempted. Everybody hear that? Tested to see what we learn in here is going to be legitimate on the streets. Because that's when when recovery really gets real. On the streets, every day. Tested to see if I'm going to stay clean on Monday and clean on Tuesday and fight like hell on Wednesday and fight again on Thursday and fight again on Friday and have another week clean. Tested to see if I played around in here. Because you play in here, we die out there. And how we practice is how we play. So if you in here cutting corners, watching TV, smoking cigarettes, nothing wrong with that. Playing dominoes, playing spades, playing pinochle, nothing wrong with that. But if you do that all day long and don't work on you, the scale in my life is what? Unbalanced. 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 Faith will result in what? Hope. Faith is the things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Anybody hear that? One program that we go to, we got a contract, and I prayed for a contract. Because I got tired of punching clocks for everybody else in Walmart and warehouses. And nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But for me, listen, because I found my person, I found my lane. And I said, yo, my ex-wife said, you can get paid doing what you do for facilitating. Yeah? Became a certified peer behavioral specialist. Worked at Apron Gerard. I'm in the field. Yeah. Congratulations. But it took time to build. And you got to hold on. A lot of us go back to jail, lose our minds, listen, get crazy, blow people away because we lose faith. We got to hold on. Having some brothers in here who never had a job. Now you've been reduced to getting a legitimate job. And now you got to go to work and you get your first paycheck and state takes some and federal takes some and Philly takes some. And if you owe child support, they take some. And you looking at your check and you looking at the streets, looking at the check and looking at the streets, looking at your check and looking at the streets. What decision do we make? When we trying to hold on to our what? Faith. The doorbell rings. Your homeboy, he sell drugs and he got keys and you know how he get down and you fighting the urge to what? Yes. Here's another movie for y'all watch, for those who watch YouTube right here. A movie right here called 730. I like that movie. 730 dealing with what? A lot of faith. 730 the dude sold drugs. He got locked up, did 5 years in prison. He came home from jail. He said, I'm not selling no more drugs. I'm serious. Because I sold drugs for what? And I didn't get no returns but 5 years lost. So when he came home, he got a job at the tire shop. His baby mama loved hustlers, loved fast money, loved the lifestyle. And guess what? He was no longer in it. So she used to run down on his ass emotionally. You can't pay the bills. The lights get cut off, right? So the temptations he had. His job. He worked at a Puerto Rican tire shop. They used to call him El Stupido. his PO. His PO was racist. Call him a nigga right to his face. His baby mama, that was more what? Temptations. She said, you ain't no goddamn man. And she messed around with the drug dealer, the movie 730. And guess what? They had sex. And the next question I knew was coming was, he said, can I do what? Work out your side of your house. I make sure the lights is on. 730, Temptations. And he beat all of that. The racist PO, the ignorant job employer, his baby mama told her no. His friends even tried to what? Tell him to come back to the block. He said, no, that's not me no more. I'm not doing no more selling no more drugs. Nobody was there to support me. I did my time. That's it. I'm moving legitimate. Now this is what the straw that broke the camel back. When the drug dealer left drugs inside of what? His baby mama house. The kids came and said, Mommy, where my toys at? She said, get out of here. You see me in here, we had, they smoking weed and drinking. Go find your toys, they're not in here. So the kids do what kids do. So they check in place and they open the closet. And it's a book bag for 2 keys of coke in a book bag. And the kids thought it was Johnson & Johnson powder, 730. And they started taking the coke, which they thought it was powder, and started throwing on each other. He said, they stopped playing, throwing coke. And the more coke they threw, the more number they got. You stop playing. You stop playing. And then the girl, she come out of the room and she said, yo, what the hell do you do? She called a drug dealer. He shows up. He said, what? Hit her son. Knocked him out. Grabbed her, knocked her on the floor, and used her wig as a goddamn mop. She calls the baby daddy. He gets to the hospital. They in New York City. And the states of New York said, we had to take your son because he has coke in his system. And he got mad as hell right there. He's going to snap her neck like a breadstick right in the goddamn, in the vestibule, right? And guess what? And the little homeboys used to joke him. So guess what? And after that, it was on. So I beat my PO, I beat baby mom, I beat my friends. I beat all of that. But you trust my son. To be tested, he won. Temptation, he lost. Now he would go back to the block, grab 2 9s, kill one of the drug dealers. Listen, killed his PO. 8 people died that night, all because his baby mom did not want to work. Everybody catch that? The movie 730. That's real. For a lot of us who don't want to go back to hell, hell is always screaming for us. Who remember the book of Acts? Acts 9. Saul, who persecuted Christians, killed Christians. In Acts 9, Saul became what? Paul. God blinded him for 3 days. And when he got his eyesight back, he wrote 90% of the New Testament. That's why the enemy fights us. Because the enemy knows how powerful what's in us. So we got to keep us on drugs. Keep us with guns in our hand. Keep us sexing this one and that one and that one and being irresponsible and running from responsibilities. Because if we know we get ourselves together, we will bring damage to the kingdom of darkness. That's the enemy's, that's the enemy's job right there. To keep us confused, to keep us fighting one another so we'll never recover. To get to the plateau what God created us to be. Your faith, our faith, my faith will always be what? Tested when we commit it to recovery. Get ready, strap up. We in for a hell of a ride. Faith will result in what? Hope. Number 4. Service will result in what? A reward. Is that true? Yeah. I love to see men in action cleaning up and nobody asks you. Let me talk about me. I got OCD. And I don't like people who got ODD. Obsessive dirty disorder. I go home, I see a fork in the sink, I'm saying something. A knife, I'm saying something. A plate, I'm saying something. A bowl, I'm saying something. A cup, I'm saying something. Why? Because now we got a community of dirty dishes. And I'm not a crackhead today. I'm not smoking coke today. I like the place clean. For a brother whose job assignment is not the bathroom, but if you know how different asses on one toilet. I like the brother who always smelling like bleach and smelling like Fabuloso, cleaning up. Because we have to clean up. Because some brothers bring their behaviors and attitudes in here. Clean and goddamn crazy. It's like like a woman. Anybody had a beautiful woman? She looked good externally, but internally she's a mess. This is dirty. Hallway dirty. Kids, baby kids. And some baby daddy said, I ain't working. Tell the judge, kiss my ass. Because every time I get my money, you don't do right with that money. So I will not work. And report me if you can. But guess who suffers? The kids. Because you got parents acting like children. Parents acting like children. Stay in service. It will result into a what? A reward. Everybody hear that? That's why they say in the meetings, get in service. Come early. Set up chairs. Make coffee. Yo, clean out the trash cans, right? Put the lids on the table. Get in service every day. Because service will definitely keep us clean. How about number 5? I like this one. Connection will result in love. Connection will result in love. Why is that important? How do we connect individually to connect collectively to have an atmosphere of love? Let me say that again. How do we connect individually to connect collectively to have an atmosphere of love? Say it again. By caring. Very good.
You gotta
Very
love
good.
yourself first.
Gotta love yourself first. Very good. Who working on loving themselves? Y'all heard what he said? That's important. That's important. Anybody want to talk about that? Why is self-love important?
Because you can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself.
Very good. Can't love nobody unless we what? We learn to love ourselves. Anybody else? Come on, Jim.
And once we learn how to and really start loving ourselves,
Yeah.
there's certain situations, predicaments we refuse to put ourselves in. Like today, I can say I truly love you, right?
Yeah.
And I ain't never used it. I've never put me and my love through that ever again. And I can say that. You know why? Because I love me and I've totally surrendered to the drug.
That's right.
And once you totally surrender, you can say I'm never using it again. If you totally surrender, I'm never going back to the pits of hell and love segregation, that drug addiction took me to. So, yeah, once you start loving yourself, man, and you'll start changing.
That's right.
People around you will start changing as well. Yeah.
Good food. I love Rain Man. Rain Man is a good example of what? Connect to love. Rain Man, Tom Cruise didn't like his father. His father died. Because his father, what he played him, he felt. And he was what? Looked over child. He dies. And he leaves a $3 million payment to what? To Dustin Hoffman. A brother Tom Cruise never knew he had. He get to the place, find Dustin Hoffman, find out he's the beneficiary of $3 million. So he kidnapped his brother. And he didn't kidnap his brother because he missed him. He kidnapped him for ransom. So, and they wind up going to the airport. And he said he don't like to fly. He was talking about why? Because this airline, it crashed and these people died. He said, this airline right here, it crashed and these many people died. And this airline crashed and this many people died. And he said, you getting on the goddamn plane. And he flipped out like, And they said, okay, we'll drive. We'll drive. Rain Man. I love Rain Man, right? Hey, check this out. And by them driving, he got intimate and he got to know his brother. If he would have flew, he would have got there, we would have never knew what happened. Because see, the blessing is always in the journey, not the destination. So he had to realize how his brother was talking about how they were little. And the hot water burnt Tom Cruise. And he started getting upset and getting hot, got crazy over the hot water. He was in a phone booth and he went to Las Vegas. He started counting numbers. And he got back 80 G's, the money that he needed. And he started to love his brother for who he was. He started to connect with him. And the more he connected with him, he started to really love him. And that $3 million was less important because his brother was more important. Connection. And by the end of the movie, he wasn't even worried about the money. He just wanted the well-being of what? Of his brother. To connect, to love. Difficulty before ease. The man in here that you don't like is the one who's going to help you recover. The man in here that gets on your nerves is the one that's going to help you recover. Why I say that? Because you never know where you at spiritually until you test it. Diamonds only manifest when there's pressure. Diamonds only manifest when there's pressure. My bishop says, no agitation, no graduation. No agitation, no graduation. So it lets you know what's in you, what needs to come out of you. Difficulty before ease. Individually, I gotta love me. Collectively, we gotta love each other. So we can have an atmosphere of love. Easy said than done. When you look at the news, when you look at the dude from New York City, he called his ex-girlfriend and she pushing a 3-month-old baby, then he shoot her right in the face. That's not love. How about a dude here in Philadelphia? His ex-girlfriend, she was pregnant having his baby and calling her phone, texting her phone all day long. She said, okay, what is it? What do you want? He said, let's hook up. They went to Cheesecake Factory in King of Prussia. He leave out of there early. She had to pick up the tab. He followed her, stalk her at the gas station, pull a gun out and kills her right there, and the baby dies. That's not love. That's murder. How about the little psycho dude just turned 18 years old and bought two AR-15s? Shot his grandmother in the face. Left dad, went to the school and barricaded himself for 77 minutes and killed 19 kids and killed 2 teachers. Before that, Buffalo. Before that, Milwaukee. And East Harlem, New York. 2 parents and they are arguing and beefing. And a 3-year-old baby. They forgot he was in the apartment building. They beefing, they arguing, and he walking. They beefing and arguing, and he's walking and crawling. And he crawled right off the ledge and fell 29 stories. And dies. And dies. And dies. And the list goes on. In Houston, a sister got mad because her sister called the police on her and got her locked up. This was in February. She get out, she shoots her sister and had her 9-year-old son to hide the body.
Damn.
In Houston. And they set the whole truck on fire. Crazy. Madness. That's not love. That's hatred. That's hatred. So I gotta listen. You gotta listen. When somebody bringing you jealousy, you gotta bring them what? Love. Somebody hating on you, you gotta bring them love. Somebody talking about you, you gotta bring them love. Because we can't bring them what they bringing us. My mama said you can be dead right. Y'all know what that means? I'm driving, he driving. It's my turn, he takes my turn. I say, you know what? I'm a haul ass. And what? Crash and what? Die. When I said just what? Fall back, let him have it if he want it. Learn to live another day. I love Friday. Son, you don't need that 9mm. All you need is what? These guns. These guns. So I was I'm 51. I ain't that old. But guns wasn't no issue. It was like you couldn't fight, you got your ass whipped. You learn how to fight by getting beat up. You learn how to fight by getting beat up. Come on.
Get up, Craig. Get up.
And you learn to live another day. Connect to what? Love. Difficulty before ease. Oh, here's a big one right here. Forgiveness will result in what? Freedom. Forgiveness will result in freedom. Who here still got resentments? Who still duct taped to your pain, your hurt, and your shame? Come on, let's talk about that. Come on, you're listening. Come on, let's talk about that. We got to get free. Unforgiveness. Still duct taped to our pain, our hurt, and our shame. I saw your hand. Come on.
There's a lot of stuff I went through doing crystal meth for 10 years, you know? I embarrassed myself, my family, and everything else, and I still haven't been able to talk to my kid's mom. And I'm going to get that off my chest for her, you know what I mean? So I had to wait until the court dates are all up.
Okay.
There's a lot of pain.
You forgive you?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Very
That's all I
good.
can do.
Very good. If you wasn't doing crystal meth, you probably would never did what you was doing, right?
Exactly.
Very good. It doesn't give us a pass. It just let us know don't stop beating ourselves up. Because we beat ourselves up, it's hard to stand up and get up. How much time you clean, brother?
10 months today.
Hey, all right. God bless you. Come on, anybody else? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's get into it, y'all. Come on. Forgiveness. It's hard to forgive me for what I did, like the brother was talking about, what I did out there. 10 years, crystal meth. Come on, anybody else? Got to work on forgiveness. Still duct tape to my pain, my hurt, and shame. Come on, brother.
My name's Howard Walker.
How you doing, brother?
All right, and I don't have that many days clean. I've been clean since the 27th of June.
Or June? Let's give it to him. All right, God bless you, brother. All right.
And I was out there doing everything, you know, smoking crack, doing heroin, perk, candies, but I ain't really smoked weed in that thing. But I decided I need to get my life together. My kids in the system, and the lady said the only way I can get them back is I have to get myself together.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it for my kids. I'm doing it for myself.
Come on.
Because that's the only way it's gonna work.
That's right.
You know, I can't do it for nobody else but me.
That's right.
So once I get myself together, I'm gonna get my babies back.
Ah, very good. Very good, brother. Thank you for sharing that. How about some of your difficulties? How about your triggers?
My triggers is my crowd, getting out hanging with the crowd, my
Uh-huh.
same people.
Okay.
All the people that I used to hang with the people that got high. So I thought maybe I could still hang around them and not get high.
Very good. So now we know better, right?
That's right.
Very-
Change my way of thinking,
Yes, sir.
my people, places, and things.
Very good. Let me add on to that. Self-sabotage. Who self-sabotage? You want to talk about that? That's dangerous. Have our clean time, lose our clean time. Have our freedom, back in jail. With our kids, away from our kids. Self-sabotage. Have a good woman, find a way to what? Destroy that relationship with that woman. Have a job, lose the job. Get fired from the job. Self-sabotage. Anybody? Anybody? Come on, we're listening. Self-sabotage.
That's one of my main fuck ups.
Uh-huh.
The self-sabotage. I get up to about 3 months, and then I start saying that I can do it by myself,
Yeah.
listening to my thoughts, not asking for help. Me and my wife, we be going good. She'd be asking me, how you feel today, baby? You know what I mean? You know, and I'll be like, I'm alright, but I'm in my head, but I won't tell her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and I go out and fuck, I just go off the fucking radar, man, for no reason. You know what I mean? I'm going to group, I'm going to the net. You know what I mean? And you know, 60 days, 61 day, the 61st day, I'm fucking up for no reason. I mean, you know what I mean? And that's that self-sabotage, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or some things can be happening.
Uh-huh.
I might crowd my plate and wanting to help this person, trying to do this for that person. And next thing I know, I'm not taking my medication. You know what I mean? Certain shit pertaining to taking care of me, I start not doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm spreading myself too thin.
Mm-hmm. Everybody hear that?
You know?
A lack of meds, spreading itself too thin.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I find myself going to get high.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Remind me of Pookie from New Jack City.
Yeah.
Pookie was clean for 4 months. And he said, I helped you go get Nino Brown. He rationalized and justified to go back into the crack Taj Mahal. He went in there the first day, took inventory. He said, Nino Brown got it going on. Girls in there butt naked bagging up coke. Second day, they put his ass to work. He bagging up coke and he's staring at the coke and bagging up the coke, staring at the coke, bagging up the coke and staring at the coke and bagging up the coke, and he stole a crack pill, put it in his lips. That night, he cried in front of the crack pipe. Remember? Next day, yo, listen. He smoked coke. Then he came to work doing jumping jacks. They said, nigga, you wired? Take him out back and what? Kill him.
Yeah.
Started good, but never what? Finish. Everybody understand that? So this time around, we learned from what? Our relapse. Everybody learn from their relapse?
Yeah.
Very good. Was it a blessing in disguise?
Yeah.
Very good. So this time, we don't live in the past. Who live in the past?
I do sometimes.
And it's hard to what? Live in the present. Because we always living in the what?
In the past.
In the past. Who here working on that?
Me?
Stay out of the past. Stay out of the past. Come on, I'm here for you. 1 and 2. Come on. Yeah, come on. Living in the past. That's you? Used to be what?
Some things just gotta learn how to let go.
Okay.
Just messing up myself. I'm not getting no better. That's what everything in life is. You know, always well in the past. Think about the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta get this, I had that, I lost this. From it, everything just shit. Instead of just looking for today.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I need to get my job back. I need to do this, I need to do that, and I overwhelm myself. I just think about today. Just let it go as it goes, like that.
Okay. Very good. How much time you have clean?
I don't know.
Hey, all right, God bless. Come on, man, come on. Show your hand too.
I don't think about it. I did that so many times. You guys know, I've been trying to get clean trying to stay clean for over 30 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the way I was doing it wasn't working.
Right.
Yeah, so my mind frame now is just doing what I do for myself. I don't think about nobody. Only people I think about is my family. You know, I don't think about. There's nobody I want to go see. Nobody sent me anything. There's no reason. And I'm back here.
Uh-huh.
Every time I relapse, I went back to the same place. I'm back in the same place again, right here.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So going back to places and things only brought me back here.
Mm-hmm.
So my brain of thinking now is just doing what I gotta do for myself. You know, I take that one step at a time, one step at a time.
Okay.
You know, just look forward. I look for all positive things. I don't look for nothing. I don't look back. It's just for my family. That's it.
Okay.
I don't have no friends out there. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that somebody said, everybody I know I got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's nobody out there besides my family that I want to see.
Right.
That's how I think about it. That's what I do. That's how I do every day. You know, that's my high power give that wakes me up just to give me strength just to make it through the day.
Mm-hmm.
One day at a time.
Okay. How much time you have clean, brother?
I got a year.
Hey, a year. God bless you. Thank you for sharing that. Good food, both of y'all. Come on.
With me, for living in the past, with me, is this here, man. Like, I've been getting high since the age of 8, right? But it was just only starting out with beer and shit. But in my teenage years and adolescent years, it was weed and beer.
Okay.
But I was always, I never got left back. You know what I'm saying? Went to school, got good grades, but we got high every fucking day from 7th grade to fucking 12th grade. You dig what I'm saying? And after that, that's when I started messing with coke. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I'm always failing when I fuck with the coke. So I be living in the past with thinking, because I was able to still excel and use I don't want to say successfully, but like not being an addict or not knowing that I was an addict at the time or whatever, but I wouldn't associate myself as an addict. Even though I'm using every day, my shit was still manageable.
Okay.
I say to put it that way, because I worked. You know what I mean? I never got fired from a job, but I was going to jail because I was hustling. But at the same time, because I'm high too, because we do all kinds of crazy shit and this and that. You dig what I'm saying? So when I started messing with the coke, that's when the shit got unmanageable. So relapsing and going back and forth with this relapsing, and I'd be thinking like, because I was able to manage the weed and the beer, that I can fucking manage this coke, and I can't, man. I come to that realization I can't. You dig what I'm saying? And it's like a fucking Mike Tyson fight with me because of the way I was raised in the first resurrection in the Nation of Islam. Be soldiers, you don't let something beat you. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm fighting with this shit, but the only way I can beat this shit now is to leave it the fuck alone.
That's right.
That's the only way, yo. So, you know what I mean? Me knowing this and coming to these meetings and the staff taking us to these outside meetings and having people come in, you, Charlie B, these nurses, fucking different light bulbs and start to click on, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Charlie B, man, really made my lights come on when he put this out there to us. He said that he was living a survival lifestyle as opposed to a social lifestyle. That's a hell of a difference. when he said that, that's me, man. That was me. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I lived a fucking survival lifestyle all my life, damn near, man. You dig what I'm saying? I know how to live a social life, but I can't maintain it. And that's the goal, to maintain a social life. You feel what I'm saying? And the only way I can do that is not fucking with this coke, man.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna live an animalistic life.
Yes, sir. Okay. Very good. How about boredom?
Yeah,
Is that dangerous?
yeah,
In idle time.
yeah.
I'm bored with me and I'm idle with you. I'm in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm bored. With you, I'm idle. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Everybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody bored in here? Who said, some guy said recovery is boring.
Mm.
And when you think recovery is boring, guess what? Why even pursue it?
Right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Recovery, that's a lie. I thought I couldn't have sex without drugs. That's a lie. I thought I couldn't talk to women without drugs. That's more lies. Alright? That's all up here in the cuckoo factory. Alright? Forgiveness will result in what? Freedom. Understand them, to accept them, to forgive them. Understand the person who hurt us, accept the person who hurt us, then what? Forgive the person who hurt us. Easy said than what? Done. A lot of times we gotta forgive our own selves because we did the most damage to our own self. How about listening will result in learning? Listen will result in learning. Why is that important to listen? Why is that important to listen? Anybody?
That's how you internalize things.
Okay.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
Shit.
By listening. Very good. I never listened. I always heard you. My father saying things to me 25 years ago is still resonating right now in my head because I say the same thing to my what? My stepson. My stepson. Right? Same thing my pop told me 25 years ago, I'm saying to him today. I would never listen. I heard you, but I never listened. I'm always impulsive. Anybody impulsive? Anybody impulsive in here? Alright? Act, then think. Anybody? Come on.
Listening is an art. There's an art to listening.
Yes.
As you said, a lot of people, they hear you,
Uh-huh.
but are they really listening?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people listen to respond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While you're talking, they're already thinking about how they're going to respond to what it is you're saying.
Uh-huh.
That's not listening.
Mm-hmm.
Listening is when you're giving someone your undivided attention, right? And a lot of times you don't even have a response to give to them. Just allowing them to get off whatever needs to be gotten off. Listening. Whether it be empathetic to their situation, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times, I know with myself, that's all I ever wanted, was someone to actually just listen. That's all I ever wanted, just listen. I knew my life was fucked up. I knew I had made a lot fucked up my whole life. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I ever wanted. Just someone to just listen, to understand, to be understanding. You know what I mean? Pretty much, we all know what it is we need to do, right? Just want to do it. But listening is definitely an art. I'm sorry?
When you just said, that needs a whole lot. Like just to listen. Like you said, sometimes it's one somebody just to listen to, you know what I mean? That needs a whole lot. When you can find someone just to listen.
That's right.
Not going back and forth with you, not telling you you're wrong, but not telling you you're right, just to listen.
Coming home and you and my lady, I never used to hear how was your day today? You follow what I'm saying? That meant a whole lot. The small things be the big things, right? And guess what? Silence is abuse. Silence is abuse. Come on, brother.
I'm just raising my hand.
Oh, you just raise your hand? Yeah, listening is so important. How about to a man who never talked? Can body language speak volumes?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. How about brothers who might be over medicated? Can that affect you? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody know about Kurt Bride? You know what I'm talking about. People doses up 250, 275, 300 on a methadone moon. Anybody understand that? Yeah, real important. Gotta listen to what? To learn. All right? I don't know everything. So I'm what? I'm asking questions and I'm listening. I don't care what color you are or what culture you come from. I'm listening. You'd be surprised what, and having an open mind. Is that important?
Yes,
If your mind is open, you definitely listening. Is that true?
that's right.
That's right. Can a dope fiend learn from a crackhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Can a Caucasian learn from a black man?
Yes,
A person who work here, can he learn from his clients?
yes.
Without a doubt. Because the mind is open and we what? We're listening. Very good. How about restitution will result in what? Closure. Who owe people money? Restitution. Anybody want to talk about that? Restitution. It could be what? Money, TV, amends, to make amends, to say I'm sorry. Anybody want to talk about that? Restitution. Pay who we owe. Pay what we owe. Anybody? Restitution. Why is that important? Come on.
I'm kind of already getting there. I'm talking, you know, I apologize to my mom.
Uh-huh.
That's the person that I think that I need to apologize to, because that's one of the persons that I hurt the most.
Your mom?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I make that a priority. You know, I think I did it on Mother's Day too. You know, I do it. You know, I do tell her that. You know, I apologize and I'm sorry. You know, for putting it through. You know, a lot of stuff. You know, I don't think I can really say it enough. You know, because you know I don't like how things, what I did. So you know, I just want her to know. So I got to remind her. That's like that's the only person I talk to.
Yeah.
This is my family. No, that's the most important.
Okay.
My mom's always had my back, from way back.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Uh-huh.
I got to tell her, I feel good. I don't, if I see the rest of them, I mean, they know I'm doing well. My mom, she passes the word that he's doing okay, but, that's as much information that she gives up. As long as she know that I'm okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
She's happy, I'm happy.
I know that's right. One thing I love about my mother, I love my father too. But my mother never talked to the junkie. She talked to the king in the junkie. The king that was trapped in the junkie. She saw past the crackhead. She saw past the dude who broke in the house. She seen past that her TV was missing and talked to the what? The king, the king that she gave birth to. And that's real big and that's crucial. When people can look past what we showed them and talk to the goodness in an individual. And when you talk to the king in a man, you be less judgmental. And you will always encourage and empower and motivate because you see a king there. Like the winos on the street. Kings there. Dudes selling drugs. Lost in the matrix. That's kings and scholars and doctors and lawyers on one corner and don't even know it yet. Restitution. Pay who we owe. Making amends. Making amends. How about if we make amends and they don't accept it? Then what?
Keep going. You can't stay stuck.
There you go. Back to acceptance. Back to acceptance. Very good. How about confession will result in what? Internal cleansing. Confession will result in what? Internal cleansing. Anybody need to confess? Give up the tapes like Richard Nixon. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Come on, anybody have to confess anything? Everything ain't for the floor. Anybody hear that? Something is for your therapist, your counselors, etc., or for their journal. Some brothers don't talk to nobody, but they write their ass off. I know some facilities we go to, they play instruments, they play the guitar, they play drums, and they find a way to get that pain, that toxic out of their life. Confession. Remember the Godfather? Michael Corleone killed Fredo in what? Godfather 2. He confessed about the murder in Godfather 3. Confession. Confession. Feeling what? Better. Not to hold all that pain and that hurt and that guilt and that shame. Aaliyah was in that plane. Wasn't Aaliyah in the plane that went at that crash?
Yeah.
They said her driver was what? He was on coke. But it reminded me of when you got too much weights, dead weights in our lives, it's hard to ascend to the next level of our life. We stagnated because there's too much guilt there, too much shame there, too much failure there, and a cloud of trauma. And until we start releasing, assessing, release, assess, release, assess, release, assess, or we can hopefully slowly but surely get rid of all of this trauma and we can start to ascend to our next destination. But if we run from this, we stay what? Stagnated. we stay stagnated. Confession will result in what? Internal cleansing. All right? All right, let me see. Number 10. What's the number? Oh, surrender will result in what? Victory. When do we surrender? Every day, once a day when we get ready.
Every day.
Very good. When we surrender, that means we weak?
No.
All right. Okay. All right. Who know about the because my man right here was talking about not letting go. Hard to let go some things. Who know in a third world country, those half-naked individuals with spears in their hand. And what they have to eat, they eat monkeys. And the monkeys are fast and they agile and they jump up from tree to tree to tree. It's a later for all that. So what they do, they use their mind. They use their what? Brilliance, critical thinking. And they put a nice fruit there and put a trap there. So the monkeys come off the tree, looking around, looking around and checking and they see the fruit and they grab the fruit and then the trap grab them. And then they start yelling and screaming. And all they got to do is what?
Let it go.
Let it go. But they hold on, thinking they can what? Take the fruit and snap the trap. But holding on to the fruit, it kills them. Now those half-naked third world people got monkey food. All because they would not let go. Anybody hear that? Surrender. Surrender. Anybody owe you money? Let them have it. Easy said than done. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I love Bronx Tales. See, get over here. For $20, you're gonna never see him again. How about boundaries? Is boundaries important?
Yeah.
Why is boundaries important? How about emotional boundaries? People who play mind games with you. Breaking. Who grew up when promises was always broken to you? Daddy be back. Who remember the movie Blow? With Johnny Depp. Yeah. Made a promise, he couldn't keep it. Went back to jail. Emotional. Who saw the movie Gaslighting? They're the people who are psychologically abusive. He said, baby, I'm leaving. She thought he was going to work. He was upstairs, walking upstairs. She heard footsteps. And nobody lived up there. Driving her crazy. Her keys was right there. Now her keys are gone. He had them. Driving her crazy. The jewelry, the letters, took all of that. Driving her crazy. Boundaries. How about sexual abuse? When a woman says no, does that really mean no?
Yes. It means no.
It means no. How much time you get for that?
No, not me. I got one background. Hey, I ain't got money. I let go.
I know. My man, that's right. Oh, yo, boundaries are so important. How about what's the day? Social boundaries. Some people get real comfortable with you, then their tongue get real reckless, and they start calling you out your name. Everybody hear that? Yeah. No, I'm gonna call you what your mother named you. Call me what my mother named me. Then we're gonna keep it like that. Everybody hear that? Because some people cross lines. And who playing here all day long? No person here who play from get out of bed to go back to bed. All they do is play and joke, and they cross boundaries. And we wonder why fights be jumping off. Because of lack of what? Respect. People don't get murdered for what? For money. They get murdered for what? Yes, for principles. You owe me, you didn't pay me. And it's excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse, then I got to show you that I'm not to be what? Played with. All right? I'm trying to think of the last two. They'll hit me later. But check this out. It's 2:30. Y'all pray?
Yeah.
Very good. How you feel when you pray?
Good. Leave.
Very good. Anybody have foxhole prayers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody drop a dime bag of crack in the snow? Anybody? You find it? I know one dude went and got hot water. He got it. He found it. All right, foxhole prayers. Who had sex unprotected and prayed? We didn't get it with the what? Alphabets. Anybody been there before? Who remember back in the day when HIV test was 2 weeks? You remember those days? Today is 20 minutes. Sit down, have a seat, we'll call you. Your results is, back in the day we had to wait 2 weeks. Talking about anxiety. Talking about anxiety. We had a brother HIV infected at Stop and Surrender cooking breakfast. And see, when you don't know information on somebody or something, you can be a reckless journalist. And I can't catch AIDS sitting in his chair. Can't catch AIDS shaking your hand. Can't catch AIDS drinking out his cup. That's ignorance not to know. So the dude who was cooking breakfast, guess what? A lot of dudes didn't eat, but I ate. Because you can't catch AIDS that way because he's cooking in the kitchen. Unless he cut this up and blood is all over the place. But that didn't happen. Ignorance. When we don't have all the information on somebody, we become reckless journalists. It's like Red Shelter. A dude got raped in prison. And he comes to a shelter and he's washed in a shower with his clothes on. But dudes didn't know that until they found out he exposed that. Then they said, oh, okay. You've been raped, I understand. That's why your clothes on, your Timberland boots, and a pea coat in the shower with some soap in your hand. Yeah, everybody hear that? Know the facts before you start what? Going to your room and become Fox News. Stay in prayer. And watch the man in here who got another man's name on his lips. I'm sorry. Watch the man in here who got another man name on his lips in your ears. Another man in here got another man's name on his lips in our ears. Gossip. Anybody gossip?
Wow.
Boys whisper, but men confront. And when we do confront, we confront in what? Love. Real important. Anybody hear? Real important. Because honesty with no love is brutal. But love with what? What? Truth is what? Compassion. It's compassion. Prayer. How about patience? Who working on patience? Is that important for recovery?
Right.
Lose patience, become an impatient. Anybody hear that? Who like Chick-fil-A? Yeah, you waiting. All right. Who been a pin dot at the 10 o'clock? We waiting. Who been locked up? You know about patience. Who know about a fisherman? He got to eat. So he got some bait. And he put the bait on the hook and throw the hook in the water and patiently wait for his supper. How about a farmer? He cuts the earth, those seeds in the earth, and patiently wait for his harvest. How about a comedian? For those who go to comedy shows. And you got a comedian who rushed the joke. Have no patience to tell the joke. He can kill the joke. Patience is very important. Lose patience, become an impatient. How about perseverance? To persevere. Who have drug dreams? Stay clean. Who got more bills than money? Stay clean. Who got a warrant for their arrest? Stay clean. Yeah. Yo, who kids acting crazy? Stay clean. Death of a loved one. Stay clean. Yo, she leaves you. Stay clean. Everybody hear that? Family marginalizing you. Stay clean. I don't give a damn what happened. Go to the doctor. They tell you something that scares your ass. Scare us. Stay clean. We persevere through all storms. How about humility? Who working on being humble today? Asking for help. We talked about that. How about honesty? Who still want to get high? Who still want to get high? Get drunk? Who want to sell drugs? Come on, we listening. What's stopping you? That's why we here. Who still want to get high? What's stopping you, brother?
What's that?
Yes, sir.
I don't want what comes with
Say it again.
it. I want to still get high and I still want to sell drugs, but I don't want what comes with it.
Very good. Very good. So
I've
you
known you for a long time.
long time.
Long time.
So you
always beat up a place like this. But I'm still doing what I want to do. I still want to do it.
Everybody hear
But
that?
I don't want what comes with it.
Everybody hear that?
He grabbed me from last month. My kid's mine. I wasn't even in because I was doing what I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
I don't want what comes with selling drugs to use drugs. I never made no money off drugs.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what comes with it.
So you
If
surrendered?
I could do smoke drugs and sell drugs and didn't have to go through all that to come with it, everything would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it just not like it.
Okay. So you surrendered. Is it hard to surrender?
Real hard.
Purpose. This is the next one I'm going to talk about. What's your purpose? When a man finds his purpose, guess what? He finds his passion.
Find his passion.
That's right.
Just stay clean. Nothing else.
Stay clean?
Stay clean.
I got you.
I
But,
don't want no whole lot. I just want to stay clean.
all right. Keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Let me ask you this. What gifts and talents you got? Because God instilled them in all of us. We got gifts and we got talents. Some dudes are good singers. Some guys are models. Some brothers are Casanovas. They're not with the same women. Some brothers are good with children. Some brothers are athletes. They're good coaches. Some brothers are certified peer specialists. Some brothers play instruments. What's our purpose? Some brothers are good creators. Some brothers are architects. They're good artists. Some guys know Philadelphia with their eyes closed. They are GPS. Purpose. Find our purpose, we find our passion. You know what you want to do, what you like to do? other than staying clean. That's first. That's primary. That's necessary. That's mandatory. But on top of that, anything else you want to do?
I just want to be a good dad.
You just want to what?
I just want to be a good dad.
Okay, very good.
All my kids growing up, I got grandkids. I want
All right, very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else? Your purpose. What did God, Allah, breathe into us to become? Real important. Anybody? So I don't want to get high, but I need to know my what? My purpose. Anybody don't know their purpose? What you love to do? What you want to do? Anybody? Who want to go down Kensington and clean up down there? Nobody want to go down there? I'm thinking about going back down there. For real. I want to start a program called Clean Turkey. Cold Turkey. I'm sorry, Clean Turkey. Cold Turkey. If anybody seen Frank Sinatra, the man with the golden arm, he said, whatever you do, don't open up this door. And he went through it and he beat dope. Guess what? The old school way. Ray Charles shook it out. No kickstand, none of that. Some people can do that. Some people play with the methadone, etc., but they really don't need that. I'm from Baltimore, nothing but dope fiends. For 26 and Huntington, my roommate was dope sick. I used to walk up to the bathroom for a whole week and a half. No Suboxone, none of that. And he got off of it. So we got to find our purpose. Find our purpose. Who want to start a gas station? Money in that. Master P said this right here. Come on, there we go. Come on.
I want to start, and I also want to go on Kensington, help some people out.
Very good. Very good. Because it helps us stay clean. Helping people, right? Very good. How much time you got clean?
10 months.
Hey, a lot of time, brother. Before I go, I'll give you my number. Listen, it's a place called Planet Aid. Planet Aid is a box where you can drop off donations. But the headquarters is in the Northeast. And if you go to the headquarters, they will give you bags of clothes. So what we do is we find a place like this and we'll separate all the clothes. And we wash them. So the men clothes get washed. The lady clothes get washed. The kid clothes get washed. And then we bag it all up and we take it to the block. And we put them on hangers, whatever like that, and start giving it to the people. Also, fill in abundance. I got connection with food. So we got to see, what's my name? Sidney Poitier was in the movie with Rock Hudson. And it was in the scene, he said, listen, they can't hear you because their stomach don't got ears. You know what I mean? That means you got to meet people where they at. You can talk to people all day long. But if you don't got no food for them, no resources for them, you might be ineffective. Your speech landed on what? Deaf ears. Because I'm hungry. I want spiritual food. I want physical food. So we're going to come down here with clothes, yes. Food, yes. Resources, yes. You feel what I'm saying? And add on to what Prevention Port is doing, Rock Ministries, whatever's going on down there. And I really want to set a shop and start working out and helping out people down there. For real, that's really important. Because I'm tired of talking about them, so that's sad. And can help try to do something about that. Come on.
There is a building on F in Kensington. There used to be Assemblies of Yahweh, which I want to open up. Funded by the government to actually give these people some rehab shelter.
Hear that, Jim?
You know, that's what I want to do for them.
That's F and what?
F in Kensington.
F in Kensington.
It's an old place. It used to be Assemblies of Yahweh building.
Okay. They got numbers out there for rent, for lease, or what?
I think they got a number for lease yet.
All right, you can get your number before I go. All right? Yeah, we definitely, me and Joe, we talking about that. Giving back, man. That's how we stay clean. God bless you, brother. That's a good thing right there. Good thing right there. Okay. Purpose, good. Well, how about, let me see, what's another one? Purpose. Anybody else know their purpose? Anybody want to talk about their purpose? What they want to do with themselves? Really important. What's another one? What's another one? We talk about forgiveness. We talk about purpose. How about integrity? What are we doing when nobody's looking at us? Is that important?
Doing the right thing.
Doing the right thing. Very good. Jim and Stack don't need to be here for me to do the right thing for the right reason. Is that true? If I drop $20 on the floor, will you keep your foot on my $20? Say the serenity prayer. See you next month, Dirk. Or let me know I lost $20. Okay, integrity. Cashier give us more change than we deserve. What we do with that mistake?
We give it to God.
All depends on how much it is, right?
Keep it. All right, one you say I've been blessed. All right, okay. Integrity. All right, last one, y'all is agape love. Love. Everybody love themselves today?
Good.
Very good. All right, and listen, I do home health care. That's another thing too. Anybody got family members that's sick, and you want to take care of them? I know it ain't about the money. You do it because you love. but you also get paid for it doing home health care. Anybody interested in that? Home health care. And listen, if you're an ex-offender, the person you taking care of, they sign a what? A waiver saying it's okay for you to take care of them. All right. And I take care of one brother. He's like 300 some pounds. And that's my buddy right there. We got him a wheelchair. We got him a walker. We're gonna get him to the bathroom because sometimes he go to the bathroom in the trash can. And I come, I smell it, and I clean it up and all of that. We got it's time for you. Got the walker. Walk your ass down the road to the shower. Stand up and let's get washing you like Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. I'm down Salvation Army, 32nd and Reed. I mean down Grace Ferry down there. And guess what, Jim? One thing I like about this because Salvation Army said this: house them first. Then we work on their recovery. Ain't that ass backwards? You got a live addict on the street. Put them in their own place. And guess what? They got speakeasies up there. They shooting dope up there. Dude died 3 weeks ago. Smoking crack, hit the floor. Crack pipe was on his stomach. Hot, sizzling. And they had a funeral for him like a week ago. That's real down there. They drinking, they drugging because you know what? Gene Wilder, they was creating Frankenstein. He's alive! And when he got off the table, he couldn't control him. Frankenstein is off the table in the building, running amok at 32nd and Reed, the Salvation Army. And now they got staffed, they understaffed, and they overworked and not making that much money. And they give it up. And they got people in there dying. When they're supposed to be what? And no meeting. I've been there for a whole year. I haven't seen one meeting. I haven't seen no memos on the door talking about we need therapy. Nobody getting no urines. Wow. Can you imagine a place? Yo, the average addict will love a place like that. Dying. So listen, I take recovery very serious, man. But the grace of God, there go I. I don't judge them. I just pray for them. But love keeps me going. All right, here we go right here. For housing, anybody looking for housing?
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna put it right here under this cloud right here. Housing. Good group, y'all. All right, let's see. Housing. Let's go rapid housing. Rapid housing.
That's something where you can get housing.
Yeah, rapid housing. When you get in this program, you call them. They at 1608 Walnut Street.
They help you get your own place?
Yeah. 1608 Walnut Street, okay? That's rapid housing. They pay your rent for one whole year.
That's a rap ID.
Yeah, rapid. Or ARPID. Rapid housing.
Yeah.
Yes. 1608 Walnut Street. Alright? I'm gonna leave it up on the board. Horizon House. Men. Horizon House is a good program. Who heard about OVR?
I have.
Good program. That stands for occupational vocational rehabilitation. You get $250 a week, $250 a week to be in the program. You want the CDLs and you want to travel, they pay for your CDLs. OVR, occupational vocational rehabilitation. $250 a week.
So how I'm right?
That's so okay. Hey,
Am I doing right?
monthly pass.
I'm gonna have it.
Oh, okay.
They make copies. Monthly pass. And guess what? And they help you get an OSHA license. You get an OSHA license. That's Horizon House. They got 60th and what? Market. All right. Certified peer specialist, Big Jim.
Yes, sir.
They was at ProAct. I think July the 8th. That's like
At 1608.
1608 Walnut Street. Rapid housing. All right. Certified. That we dealing with housing. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Pathway to housing. Put that down. Pathway to housing. They help you get an ICM worker. Pathway to housing. They get you a case manager. They do great things right there. Pathway to housing. You want to Google them, right? Pathway to housing. For the fathers in here, for the grandpops, Project Dad. One of these numbers right here will lead you to the what? To the Golden Goose. All right, Project Dad, Pathway to housing.
Horizon right there. That's A. Does an A in front of it?
Yeah, Rapid.
No, Horizon.
Horizon, HOR. No, this ain't nothing. That's an arrow. Horizon House. All right.
I was just getting some information for these fellas in here from some people that come to visit us for housing.
Okay.
I was just doing that. See how y'all works? I got
Yeah, that's good.
Came with that information.
There you go, my man. Project Dad, Pathway to Housing, 60th and Market. That's Horizon House. Let me see who else. Oh, here we go. Back on my feet. You heard about Back on my feet?
Oh yeah, back on my feet, they good.
Good program. Back on my feet. 100 South Broad Street, the land entitlement building. 100. Back on my feet. They help pay your rent. I heard.
What is
Furniture,
250
they get you furniture.
They get you
too.
furniture.
Yeah.
Right. And they give you free sneakers, new
Yeah,
sneakers,
clothing, yeah, they
clothes
give
and all
clothes.
that. Back on my feet. Hey, who woke us up, y'all? God. Grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours, be done. Amen. All right. Here, let me put some more up on the board for y'all. On this side over here.